We would absolutely be open to have an honest conversation with someone who is a devout Christian, a devout Jew, for example, an atheist. If you want to have an honest conversation, we would absolutely love that.
In good faith.
Yeah, we don't want to shut you down. We absolutely wouldn't ridicule you. If we want to promote something that is positive, and if we want to bring you closer to that which is positive, why would we ridicule you in the process? And this will bring us closer to the advice that we would give Muslims in this kind of.
And just to say, imagine what kind of a different, like, debate isn't really debate anymore, because the original aim of a debate is to get closer to the truth regardless of what the parties believe in, right? That's the point of a debate. But now it's more so just about bashing the other person a lot of the time, personally, bashing the other person, not even their viewpoints. It's about personal attacks.
Yeah.
But of course the viewpoints, but that's the thing. If two people of opposing viewpoints came together, but their actual aim, their only agenda was to bring the other person or everyone watching, whoever is involved, closer to the truth, how would you conduct yourself?
Exactly.
You wouldn't be conducting yourself in that situation by being abusive towards the other person, because that's not going to convince them of anything. They're going to get extremely defensive, regardless of even if they're somehow objectively wrong, let's say. They're going to get more defensive. That's not exactly a great way to invite what you believe is the absolute truth. And same vice versa. So if we have opposing viewpoints, and we go into the conversation or debate with the aim that I want to bring this person closer to what I believe to be the truth, I'm going to conduct myself a very different way. I'm going to try my best to be as civil as possible. And if I'm going to attack anything, I'm going to attack the viewpoints. Even the way I criticize, even the manners I'm going to have are going to be very, very different, because I'm trying to convince you of what I believe is the truth. And also the way I conduct myself is a direct reflection of the belief system that I have. And that's also an invitation to my belief system, the way I conduct myself. In fact, in most cases, that's the most compelling invitation to a person, we've said this so many times, to a person's belief system. How do you conduct yourself? It's not even about kind of the viewpoints, it's how do they act? How do they act to other men, other women, children? How do they act to other people with opposing viewpoints? How do they live among societies which maybe aren't a majority of whatever belief system that they have? All of this matters. And if our agenda, let's say, was to actually bring people towards the truth, I promise you, we would all be, regardless of what belief system we have, political, religious, we would be conducting ourselves in a much, much better fashion, because that's the best way to convince someone is to go about it in a calm, convincing manner, and let the points speak for themselves, because if they're such the truth, rather than kind of getting in the way by abusing and bashing the other person and their belief system, and in the process bashing perhaps billions of people, which is exactly what happens when it comes to.
Absolutely. And that's exactly it. That what's the point of a belief system if it doesn't have any tangible impact on the way you live your life? If it doesn't better your life, if it doesn't make you a better person, if it doesn't make you a stronger individual, then what's the point of that belief system? And it comes even down to a theological discussion that we have within Islam, that is it enough to say that you're a Muslim, that you believe? Is that enough? Is belief enough, or does it require actions? And there's obviously some disagreement about the exact technicalities of this, but many scholars, they say that no, you need to have some level of action to support the belief that you have. And from a general perspective, yes, what's the point of that belief system? What's the point in believing in God, believing in the Prophet, believing in angels, believing in a day that you're going to return to your Lord, in a day that you're going to be held accountable for what you did in this life, if it doesn't have any impact on the way that you live?